Good morning. This video is just a quick tutorial for how to quote a source or cite a quote. Now, listen, what I'm about to go over, you might not realize this, but you're going to cite sources probably hundreds, if not thousands of times in the next 5.5 years of your life. You'll actually use this for your research paper in a couple months. You'll use this in 8th grade throughout high school in every English essay, and then you'll also use it in college if you choose to go there. The purpose of citing a source, right, is to provide proof. And obviously with what happened, the Capitol building last week in Washington, D.C., a lot of those people were there because they lacked proof, but they still believed something. The point of citing sources in essays, if you were to say, for example, that Jonas is someone who stands up for what he believes in, what is your proof for that? How do we know that? If you were to say that to someone who's never read The Giver, how would they know that you're being honest? How would they know that that's truly the person that Jonas is? Well, you provide proof. So that's what we're doing here. Okay, so first thing I need to say is that when you are introducing a quote, that's something that you'll do in your essays. It's important that you use a signal word. So going down to your body paragraphs here for your essay, a signal word might mean that maybe this is something that Jonas says, or maybe Fiona cries out, or father exclaims, right? So that's a signal word telling us someone's talking. It's important that you use that, especially if it's dialogue, so that we understand through context who's speaking in that scene. All right. The next thing is quotation marks. All right. So quotation marks, these little things right here that come at the end of any quote, are found right next to your return key on the right side of your keyboard. And you will always include after. So, okay, let me start over. Whenever you introduce something that's quoted, you will always include a comma. So notice right here where it says the text states. Okay. So the text states, comma, space, and then you start your quote. Now listen, whether it's dialogue, which means it's in quotation marks in the book, or not, you still include quotation marks, right? Because it tells me that these aren't your words, this is from somewhere else. So I just picked the quote, it was his first lie to his parents, which is on page 127. Now there's two ways that you can tell me what page it's on. You can start off by saying on page 127, the text states. This is a very formal way, the text states, of saying this is in the book. Okay, so these are two different ways to quote it was his first lie to his parents. On page 127, comma, the text states, comma, space, quote, capital I, because it's the start of a sentence in the book, as it says right here. It was his first lie to his parents. Okay, so, comma, space, quote, it was his first lie to his parents. The period is behind the quotation mark, and then you end with a quotation mark. All right. There's another way you can do this. This is the more formal way. This is the way that you'll do it a lot in high school and college if you go. And that's when you put in parentheses at the end the page number. It's important to include the page number because otherwise you still could be making it up. Right? It's showing me this is where in the book it says this. All right. Jonas could not tell the truth. Notice I included a colon here because I'm about to say here's what Jonas said. You also can put a comma there as well. Either of those is fine. Space, quotation mark. It was his first lie to his parents. Notice before there's a period or a quotation mark, it's parentheses, page number, period, 127, and parentheses, period, quotation mark. I know that's a lot, but that is how you cite quote. All right, very important. I'll also include this in the post, all this text right here. Good luck with your citing sources.